What's up, Spitballz? This is
Spitballz.
episode 29,
Yeah,
28, something like
20,
that.
I think.
March Madness this week.
I'm so excited. You know on the
Today,
ESPN
right?
March
The
Madness?
first four is today, right?
Yeah. You know how on the men's tournament challenge ESPN website it says like only X number of days till tournament begins? Like that just makes me so happy at all times. But
The little things.
it's the little things, yeah. We're talking about the bracket today. Gonna talk some NFL free agency, throw some hot takes in there. So let's start.
I have a great hot take.
Do I have a hot take? Probably, but I don't remember. All right, let's start with the South region. It's in the top left.
Are you gonna screen share?
No, everyone knows. Like, just pull up the bracket.
I don't know the bracket by heart.
Pull it up.
Dude, I was making my bracket
I'm just
yesterday.
gonna tell you what I have. Oh, you get it.
That's yeah.
No, I was like almost on my bracket, and then like I like accidentally swiped out of it on the app, and it like all deleted, and I haven't made a new one.
Rookie mistake making it on your phone.
Yeah.
This is a completely tentative bracket though. Like it could change completely. Like I already changed my winner.
Yeah. This region, I'm not that stressed about. I confidently think that Alabama is the best team in this region. I don't think.
Are we going every game or like what are we doing?
No. We won't go every game, but like I think we could just talk about some of the games that are interesting, like San Diego State, Charleston. A lot of people are picking San Diego or Charleston, I think. But
I have San Diego State,
yeah, I
actually.
don't know. The
Too
problem
many
with
white guys
Charleston
on Charleston.
is they're not actually that good.
I
They
mean,
just
if you look at their BPI ranking, SDSU is actually 24th and College of Charleston is 63rd.
yeah, San Diego State on KenPom has like one of the best defenses in the country and is the
Yeah.
14th best KenPom team. Meanwhile, Charleston is all the way down at like 73. So I don't like that one that much.
None
But
of them would be the top 25 team though.
I will say Sal's gonna love this stat. There are four Mountain West Conference teams in the tournament: Boise State, San Diego State, Utah State, and Nevada. Only the conference was founded in 1999, and only four times since then has a team from that conference made the Sweet 16. So that's an interesting fact to know. But San Diego
Really?
was that team two out of the four times. So if you're going to bet on a team to do it, it's going to be San Diego State, which
But see,
actually
right now, I have them go to the Sweet 16
I
and
do
then
too,
losing
because I don't
to
trust
Alabama.
Virginia at all. And I think they beat Charleston. I think whoever wins the 5-12 game is going to go to the Sweet 16 because
As a JMU student, I naturally hate Virginia,
I
so I
don't
kind of
trust
had to.
Virginia at all there.
Bro,
Um,
what even is like Furman?
it's in South Carolina,
No,
actually.
everyone's like picking them apparently.
Yeah, they haven't made the tournament in like 50 years.
Furman
Like
Yeah.
over Virginia.
I've seen
But
some good like people saying like oh they're gonna upset them.
the problem is that
Yeah,
Virginia.
it's March, man. It's March.
I have Creighton going to the
Stop
Elite Eight
saying that.
in this
I also
bracket.
do we have the same bracket,
It's
man?
March.
What's
Like
your
who's your
opinion of Bama versus Creighton?
yeah
Yeah. Well, just like Creighton.
who's your Sweet 16? I have Bama, San Diego State, Creighton, Arizona.
Yes, I also do.
Dude, me and Frank made the same bracket.
The problem is that like Creighton, if they put it all together and play as well as they can play, like they might
Yeah,
be
no,
the
I've heard good things about
they
Creighton.
might be the best team in that bracket. Like Bama's really fucking good, but other than Bama, like Creighton matches up well against Arizona, I think. Baylor, I don't trust whatsoever. Virginia, I don't trust
Yeah, no,
whatsoever.
I heard Baylor not to trust either.
Missouri, I kind of think has a chance to go on a little run here, but overall, like the two teams that I think are just the best in this region are Bama and Creighton.
I have Missouri getting upset in the first round.
See, I
Creighton
did
didn't
have
even
that,
win
and
the
I
Big
was like,
East.
Utah State is in the Mountain West, and so I'm gonna,
I mean, they're gonna lose to Arizona in the second round.
yeah, no, they probably are, but Missouri plays in the SEC, which is a vastly better conference.
Well,
They're
you
not
gotta have
a
upsets. Like you
I
just have
know
to.
they're not a terrible team in the SEC. Um, yeah, and then I'll talk about this more when we get to the East, which is Purdue's region, but I'm taking West Virginia over Maryland because I'm fading almost
Dude,
everything.
we have the exact same bracket, literally,
I'm
except for
fading.
Utah State, Missouri.
I'm fading almost every single Big Ten team. They all play a style of
Yeah, no,
basketball that
I
works
didn't
against
put any
Big
Big
Ten
Ten
teams,
teams
but it
to
doesn't
go.
work in March Madness.
Dude, there's one Big Ten team in my Sweet 16.
Yeah, I think I have one as well. There's no in 2021, the Big Ten had 4
Mhm.
top 8 seeds and 9 teams in the tournament overall, and 1 team made it to the second weekend. They play a style of basketball where
That's what
they
I have
beat
one
it to
team in the
post
second weekend.
scorers and they rely just on their big centers. And
I
whenever
might
the
be
best player
I
on a
might be
Big Ten
hating on them
team
too much.
is a center, whenever the best player on a Big Ten team is a center, they don't win. They don't win ever.
Dude, I only have
Let's
2 Big Ten teams winning a
go.
game.
So
I should change that.
but yeah, I'm
Did you
picking
guys pick Penn State?
West Virginia. We'll get to it.
I did
Actually, we can go
not.
to that region now. Because yeah, we can go to that region now.
Would we not do the East next?
Nah.
I have it on
That's
the
like
computer. I like
it's like the order the
I like
app
to do
gives.
top and then bottom.
Oh, okay.
We could do the East next if you want.
No, it's just on the app. Like the Midwest is
Actually, yeah, let's do the East next because I'd like to talk about Purdue.
that's the team I have going to my Sweet 16.
Yeah, let's see. Okay.
Dude, they're unstoppable with the
No,
7'6" center
that's
they
what you
have.
think because you've only seen them play other Big Ten teams where Edie is
No,
the
but
better
they're
center.
unstoppable versus like obviously they're not going to lose in the
Why
first
does
round.
everyone hate Zach Edey?
No, just hear
You need a team that's
'Cause
like
it's unfair.
disgusting to beat them.
hear me out.
He's unfair.
Listen to me. For the past 5 years, the Big Ten has been dominated by massive post scorers. Luka Garza in 2021 at Iowa. Guess what happened? They lost in the second round. All the 2021 teams. Illinois was a 1 seed. They had Kofi Coburn. He was their best player. Actually, I would assume he might have been their best player, but Kofi Coburn was the focal point of their offense. They were a 1 seed. They lost in the second round. Ohio State was a 2 seed. EJ Liddell, post scorer, lost to Oral Roberts in the second round. The only time that Big Ten teams
First
have
round.
success in the tournament are when they have experienced guards and really good wing players. Michigan in 2018, 2021. Xavier Simpson.
Doesn't Indiana
Smith is their
have
guards.
one?
Indiana is a team that I could see making a run.
They have that. They have like the best player in the country, right? Or like one of the best players in the country.
Coach Jackson Davis is very good, yeah. When Michigan State goes on runs, Cassius Winston, guard. Like their best players are when a Big Ten team's best player is a center, they're not going to win shit. So I think Zach Edey is good enough to get them to the Sweet 16. I know a lot of people are taking Memphis over Purdue, but I think Duke's going to beat them. I really do.
Wait, what?
That was some
Oh,
great analyzing, Frank.
here's big surprise here.
Man knows what. Do you watch
Oral
regular
Roberts.
season games, or you just read about this?
I watch a lot of
Like-
college basketball.
Frank. Oral Roberts over Duke.
It shows.
See, okay. I wanted to take Duke to go all the way to the Final Four, but I didn't just because I'm scared they're going to lose.
I did.
That's all right. Here's the thing.
I took them all the way to the final.
From what I've heard in this bracket, the top 4 seeds are also all very flawed.
Yes.
And then
everyone in
Duke
this
is such a popular pick to win this
This
bracket
is by
because
far
it's like
the worst bracket.
it's a perfect upset. Like
Yeah, the seed
Duke right here.
is parting.
So what I did
You
is
faded.
I picked Kentucky to make it out of this bracket.
All right. You see,
There's
Yeah, I have
been
Duke
a,
in the Final Four. Wait,
there's been a
I've been in
Final
the
Four.
championship.
There's been a Final Four team over a 4 seed every single year,
I think
and I think it's gonna be Kentucky.
Marquette is the best team in this bracket, but they've won too many games in a row, so I think they're destined to lose.
I low key have them losing to USC.
So I have them losing to Michigan State actually, because Michigan State has really
Same game.
Michigan State
Me
has
too.
good guard play, and so I think they're good enough to make it to the Sweet 16. They don't rely on a big center. I kind of like Kentucky, but I was looking at I don't think they match up very well against Kansas State.
I saw the guy on TikTok that's friends with Trent.
Yeah,
He's like a huge Providence guy,
yeah.
and he was like, "Dude, when I saw you got Kentucky, I was like, fuck." So like in my mind,
I'm
Kentucky's winning
kind
that
of
game
starting
easily.
to talk myself into Louisiana.
Bro, I don't want to pick
Yeah,
a
I have
1-2 in the
Louisiana.
championship.
Louisiana's good. They play in the Sun Belt. They're good.
Tennessee is missing their
They're
best
also playing the
player.
Sun Belt.
Zakai Ziegler's hurt.
Yeah, no, they do play in the Sun Belt. Like, are they going to beat Tennessee?
I'm I'm
Like
just
they did dominate the Sun Belt. I'll give them that.
Tennessee is missing their best player.
I run into this. I run into this problem every time I make a bracket. Is I always have like a 1 and a 2 in the championship, which is obviously stupid.
Why is that stupid?
Like,
It happens like every year.
That's what happens every year.
like Alabama and UCLA final. Like,
That's
What's
a
wrong
how
with that?
generic is that?
No, it's not about
It's
being
just generic
it's
as
about being
hell,
right.
Frank told me to hop off the UCLA wagon. So
Yeah, we'll get
Frank,
to that. We'll get to UCLA.
Frank, everyone
but
from like or Taz, everyone from like past like 15 years that won has either been a 1 seed, a 2 seed, or UConn.
or UConn, yeah. Which could still be true in this bracket.
I really
Oh,
want
yeah.
Gonzaga to win.
And then my winner for the East region is just because like I think they're good and like I feel like they're just getting lost in this bracket. It's Kansas State. I
Kansas
think
State.
I
Well, you
said
see,
like probably like 6 weeks ago at this point that there's gonna be 3 Big 12 teams in the Final Four. And I kind of think I might stick to that.
well, you see, they're actually going to lose to Kentucky in the second round. So
I
What
think they
about
match up
Marquette?
really well against Kentucky. I don't think Marquette makes it to play them because Michigan State, I feel like it's going to just turn it on, and Michigan State's going to be a tough team to beat.
is USC good? Like I have them beating
I
Marquette.
don't know. Marquette's kind of filthy.
USC is fine. USC is better probably than people think. Third best team.
It's
in
March.
Pac-12.
It really doesn't matter. Like it's March.
So yeah, I have Duke in the Elite Eight, but just because I would put them in a Final Four, but I'm scared they're going to lose to Oral Roberts, and too many people are going to pick Duke, and I don't want to do that.
Everyone picking Duke.
So you pick Kentucky to the Final Four, Sal? Interesting. I don't know. I don't know how anyone could trust Kentucky after what they did last year.
That's actually not. What did they do last year? They lost to St. Peter's. Dude, remember when Virginia lost to UMBC?
They win the national championship the next year.
They got a chip on their shoulder. You know what I mean?
All right. I don't think
It's like
get it done.
USA got killed 2 nights ago. Came out the next game, scored 9 runs in the first.
Yeah, because they're facing a 19-year-old.
Yeah.
I felt so bad. Like he's actually our age, and he was just
Bro, when they were
shit on by, like,
when they were
Mike
taking
Trout.
him off the mount, when they were taking him off the mound, he was like almost crying.
I felt so bad. Like, that's
Wait,
awful.
didn't they like an electrician who was playing for whatever country? Like,
Yeah,
strike out
dude,
his
he made
players?
Otani look like a fool. Like it was like a curveball in the dirt.
What
Otani
country?
was like so off balance.
What country has electricians playing for their baseball team?
A lot of countries have people
know?
like Italy. Their like entire roster has like full-time jobs.
Uh,
A lot of countries do.
Can we not talk about this right now? So I was like, yeah, we got to do this fast because I have limited time, and he's going on a 10-minute rant about electricians playing for them.
Tess brought it up. Oh
Yeah,
no,
well,
I brought
Tess
it up.
shouldn't
Tess
have
brought it
brought
to
it up.
electrician.
All right, Midwest region, Penn State's bracket. Tess, you want to start with Penn State?
Yeah, the problem with Penn State is that they don't have any 3-point shooters. Like if you watch the game fully, it's horrendous how badly they are at shooting threes.
Wait,
And they also don't have like a
Penn State basketball ever. That's like the only thing they do is shoot threes.
yeah, and they suck.
This is like
at
Tess
shooting
is at the
threes.
game like hammered. Like,
Penn State was the best 3-point shooting team in the entire Big Ten. It's the only reason they went on a run.
Nah, bro. Did you see, bro? We're terrible
What
at
are you
shooting threes.
talking about? 1 through 5 could shoot threes. Like they are an elite 3-point shooting team.
Frank knows his.
All right, well, all right, yeah, I'm not even gonna argue with you. You know, better than
That's
I
just
do.
usually the eye test.
Baylor's just a good defensive team.
I just noticed
Or
in
not
the
Baylor,
last couple of
Purdue.
games that they miss a lot of 3-pointers. I think they just take a lot.
They do take a lot.
Threes.
They making like 30, 40% of your threes makes you an elite 3-point shooting
You
team.
know, no team has ever won a championship with a less than a 35% 3-point percentage.
I think it's just because they don't have a big man, like
Well,
a good big man.
they do rely. They play the same style of basketball that the rest of the Big Ten plays with Jalen Pickett, just a little bit differently. They just give him the ball, but instead of giving him the ball at the top of the key, they give him the ball outside the 3-point line and just move out of the way, basically. So sometimes he chucks up a 3 because he actually can shoot threes. Sometimes he tries to play post. Either way, it's still not going to work against Texas A&M, who is ridiculously underseeded and is probably the second best team in the SEC right now and is an absolute wagon. So I'm taking
But it's
Texas.
it's literally March. Like it does not matter what happens.
I was surprised when we
Get
got.
fucked by.
I was surprised when we got matched with them.
I feel so. Texas A&M and Rutgers were the most screwed teams on Selection Sunday.
Rutgers got like that's terrible.
Rutgers was better than all of the Final Four teams in,
Correct.
and Texas
Pitt,
A&M is
like
not.
Pitt, what are we doing?
What?
Pitt got in.
Yeah.
Like what are we doing?
Yeah, I'm actually not taking Mississippi State or Pitt out of protest.
I have Texas A&M to beat Texas in the second
We'll
round.
see.
Didn't they just play, right?
As it stands right now, Texas is my national champion. So I think that would be a really good game. But dude, Texas has now beat Kansas 2 times in a row by 20 fucking points.
Didn't Texas just play Texas A&M?
I don't think so.
I thought maybe
Maybe
they played Texas Tech. It might have been Texas Tech.
Probably Texas Tech.
Yeah.
Texas is just a good basketball team at this point. Like they beat
So is Texas A&M. Texas A&M can hang with the big
Texas. I think Texas might be the team in the country.
Here's where I'm gonna ask your opinion, Frank. Right now, I have Miami upsetting Houston.
Okay.
And then I have them going to my Final Four.
Okay. See, I have Drake beating Miami in the first round.
Because isn't Miami like fire?
On offense, sure, but defensively, they're more feeble than like
my bracket goes. My elite eight is Miami versus Texas A&M.
They're basically the 2021 match.
Miami went on a run last year, which makes you think they're not going to do it again this year.
Oh yeah, you're right. I forgot about that. I might change that.
Aren't good. They're not a good basketball team at all. And even if they beat Drake, Indiana's probably my favorite.
All right, here's what we're doing. I'm changing my bracket right now.
Okay.
We're going Houston to the Final Four over Texas A&M. And then I'm changing my other bracket.
If Marcus Sasser is healthy, then Houston's a very solid Final Four pick.
I just changed everything.
Scrap the whole thing.
Because so I don't want to have 3 1 seeds or 1 or 2 seeds in my Final Four. I wanted two 1 seeds and then 2 like 4 or 5, you know. And I had UCLA and Bama, so I just took UCLA out and put in Houston.
And put in who?
Houston.
Okay.
And then I had UCLA losing immediately.
Houston got destroyed, but they were missing Marcus Sasser.
Houston, they were the best team in the country.
If he's healthy, if he's healthy, he's day to day right now. If he's healthy, very good team. But I don't know if he's going to be healthy, which is a problem because Texas is so healthy, so experienced, so elite, and they're just good they're just a defensive wagon. They make their shots. They have experienced guard play. They have.
No, I like Texas A&M going on a run.
I don't. Texas is just they're just like. I feel like no one's giving them a chance here, and I'm just like I don't understand why because. To me, they're almost the obvious choice at this point, based on how where everyone else is.
I mean, they're gonna run into Texas A&M in the second round, the wagon.
That is, I think. So I have them playing Texas A&M in the second, and then Iowa State in the Sweet 16, and then Houston in the Elite Eight. I think Texas A&M honestly is the toughest game out of that run, like truly, which scares me because I don't like to pick a national champion that plays a tough game early. But, like, I don't want to pick Alabama to win it all. So.
Okay.
Got a lot of things to consider, Frank.
They do a
Western.
All right. This region is the region of death, like, without a doubt. There's, like, 6 teams in this region that can win the national championship, I think.
The West?
Yeah. Like, Kansas can win it.
Big surprise here, Frank. Arkansas over Kansas in the second round.
I actually have Illinois beating Arkansas.
Same thing. The Hogs.
I was not going to like that pick. But
I know Greg likes Arizona over Kansas.
Arkansas, you mean?
Or yeah, Arkansas.
Let me pull it up. At the beginning of the season, listen to what Illinois did. Illinois beat UCLA. Illinois
Dude, they're in the Big Ten.
lost by
Like,
9.
it does not matter.
Illinois beat Texas. Illinois.
Dude, why would I care about the
Okay,
games
that's
they
it.
played in November?
Illinois
Like right now.
doesn't play. Illinois doesn't play the stupid post scorer reliant type of offense either. They have Matthew Meyer, who is a good wing. They have decent guard play. They can switch 1 through 5 on defense. I kind of like them to beat Arkansas, if I'm being honest. Arkansas, I don't think is that good, unfortunately, Greg.
Unfortunately.
That is unfortunate.
No, I have them beating Kansas. So.
Dude, if Bill Self is coaching, I don't know how Kansas loses. And like,
Dude, it's March. Like,
stop saying that, Sal.
it's true. Like it literally doesn't matter what you know.
But we're trying to like analyze the shit.
Yeah, but it does not matter. Like anything we're saying has no meaning.
And then I like
Fugazi.
Gonzaga to beat UCLA in the Sweet 16 because Gonzaga's flying completely under the radar, and I think that's a scary team. And UCLA is missing 2 starters.
What about UConn, right?
I have UConn losing to Kansas, but that's a game they can win. UConn could be the Final Four team.
I know. I have UConn.
Honestly, I'm kind of considering it at this point.
I just put them in over. I had UCLA, and I just put them in over UCLA in the
Yeah,
in the Elite Eight.
I wish if UCLA was healthy, I would pick them to win the national championship.
No, they let me down in the tournament.
The Pac
Conference tournament, the Pac-12. They let me down. I'm never doing that again.
But they were missing the same 2 players.
I mean, I have them in my Elite Eight, but I'm not trusting them I had them in the finals. I'm not doing that. So
Honestly,
our Final Fours.
I kind of want to pick Gonzaga. I kind of don't want to. I'm talking myself out of Kansas right now, and either making it Gonzaga or UConn. But all right, we could share our Final Fours as it stands right now.
I feel like for me, they go for the Final Fours to get 3 out of 4. So you want to have like.
I'm trying to go. I want to go.
Like obviously, I'm not.
I don't want to miss a single game this whole tournament, Sal.
So I have Alabama versus Kentucky, and then I have Houston versus UConn.
All right, and who's winning those games?
Bama and Houston.
Okay, and who's winning the Natty?
Bama.
Fuck you. Left, right, and sideways.
It's just like the world is gonna make it happen because they're terrible. They have a terrible human being on their team, and the world is just gonna reward
terrible human being coaching their team too. Just terrible human beings in the athletic department.
Hey, this could very well change by the time March Madness starts. I could be easily convinced.
Easily. Okay, so you had Alabama, Kentucky, Houston, and
UConn.
All right, Houston versus UConn would be an interesting game. Not gonna lie.
But I think UConn's gonna just come a little bit short.
Yeah, well, you know the stat: 1 seeds, 2 seeds in UConn. So
I know. So like I have 3 of the 4 already in my Final Four.
Yeah, there you go.
I know, like those stats. I know all those stats. My bracket is perfect, fluid with those stats.
All right. Should I share next? Tess is saluting. Does that mean he has to go?
What do you think?
No, idiot.
Okay. All right. So I have Bama versus Kansas State, and then Texas versus Kansas. And then I'm going Bama, and I think Texas is at this point just better than Kansas. They beat them twice in a row now.
Wait, who do you have?
Bama, Kansas State, because I feel like Kansas State.
You just love the state of Kansas.
I love the Big 12.
Like people in Kansas are gonna go crazy in the next couple of weeks.
Under the radar. I haven't heard Kansas State's name once out of that region, and so I'm fading the public here, and I'm going to take them.
That's what I did.
I'm taking Bama to win, and then I'm taking Texas over Kansas because Texas is just the better team at this point. Like they've proven it.
So you have Bama losing in the final,
and then I have Bama versus Texas in the final, where
But
Texas.
that can't happen. They're not a 1-2 seed or UConn.
Texas is a 2 seed.
They're 3, are they not?
No,
No.
they're 2 seed.
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
So yeah, I'm going with the football national championship, and I'm taking Texas.
Texas
I'm
hasn't
going
made
with
the
the football
championship.
national championship. I have them.
All-time teams, all-time football teams.
Texas to win basketball. I feel like that's crazy.
You know, imagine the year Bama doesn't make the college football playoff. They just win the Natty in basketball.
It's all right.
That look could be sick if like you were
Marcus
Bama.
Carr is gonna save us from that.
What?
Marcus Carr is gonna save us from that, and the Texas Longhorns. All right, who's up?
All right. I got it's subject to change, but I think Bama, Texas, Marquette, and Kansas.
In Kansas.
Marquette's very underrated.
Yeah, I'm low key like I feel like I should wait to make our graphic until the first game starts
Make it on
because
Thursday.
it's gonna change.
We're gonna change, yeah. Make it on Thursday. All
I'm
right,
just gonna do Final Four.
who's winning those games?
I'm gonna take Bama out of the championship and Marquette
Spitballz loves Bama.
Bama would play Marquette in the
yeah.
Final Four.
And Marquette's gonna end their season.
Wait,
Wait, Greg. Marquette would play
that can't
Bama in the
happen.
Final Four, not the championship.
No.
yeah, that can't happen.
All right. Well, then Marquette would win that. And then Texas versus Kansas. Didn't they already play twice?
They played 3 times. Texas is 2-1.
I'll go Texas, yeah. Or no, Kansas.
What?
Kansas.
Kansas versus Marquette. Who's winning?
Marquette.
Marquette. Greg's a Big East guy through and through. I respect it. All right, Tessie.
Bama, Tennessee, Final Four. Miami, UCLA, Final Four.
I don't like that.
UCLA
Wait,
beats Bama.
Bama, Tennessee,
Yeah,
and then who?
UCLA and Miami, and UCLA wins.
Yeah, do you think it's football?
I don't have much reasoning, but that's what we like.
Miami and UCLA.
None of us had reasoning. Only Frank has reasoning.
Frank, you have some.
Okay, yeah.
I literally don't have any.
I have like stats that are like in March Madness, BCs don't win. Like that's all I have.
How do you feel about NC State? I have NC State going to the Elite Eight.
I like Creighton too much to pick NC State.
Creighton sucks though. They like barely made it in their conference tournament.
Yeah, but have you seen Creighton play when Creighton's at their best? It's a scary team to watch.
There's always one team that goes on a run. Who is that going to be? I said St. Mary's.
Oh yeah, I want to talk about that game. Actually, I do. Good call. Everyone loves
putting his credit
5-12.
on the screen right now.
Don't pick VCU over
I have
St.
all your credit card numbers. Okay.
St. Mary's was a 5 seed last year, and they beat the piss out of Indiana. Don't pick VCU, please.
Dude, VCU is like this. There's like 400 people in that school. Like they're like 2 hours from me. I actually don't know how they're in the tournament.
What does this stand
for? What?
What does this stand for?
It's Virginia something University.
Virginia
Probably.
Commonwealth.
Like my friends like entire high school goes to that school.
I think
it's like TCNJ.
I think a sleeper team to go on a run is Michigan State, 7 seed. I could see them in the Final Four.
They're losing in the first round to USC. So
okay, it's March.
No, dude,
USC is getting some good karma for getting fucked in football.
For getting fucked in football? What did they get? How did they get fucked? They lost.
Yeah, but they should have been in.
No, they should have. USC? That's just a terrible argument.
They should.
Bro, they lost 2 games.
They lost twice to the same team. Okay. We're done with brackets now?
Sure.
All right. Let's talk about NFL free agency.
Wait. I have a question about brackets. I saw a TikTok. Would you rather be the first person to get a perfect bracket or you get to spend the entire night with Livy.
Yeah, I know. I saw that on TikTok too. It's the perfect bracket.
Perfect bracket, bro.
Bro, what
Perfect bracket.
do you think we are, Sally?
No, but the
We're not
guy's
you,
thing.
Sal.
No, the guy's thing was like that could turn into a relationship and you could get married.
No, I'm a true sports guy. Perfect bracket.
I mean,
all the way.
I agree, but I thought it was an interesting topic.
Perfect
But
bracket.
you know how much money you'd get if you had the perfect bracket?
Well, not necessarily. Like if I had a perfect bracket right now, I would win no money. Like I'm not entered in the perfect bracket like tournament.
Um,
Like you have to like put yourself in that.
no, you don't. ESPN knows what your bracket looks like.
Yeah, but they don't just give you money. You have to enter the sweepstakes thing.
Bro, you have to like click a button.
Yeah, but I didn't do that yet.
Also, like if you're the guy that gets the 1 in 9.2 quintillion chance, right? Like you get that, like you're famous now.
You're him.
Are you famous? Or like a year from now, there's gonna be like, oh yeah, remember that guy who won the
No,
perfect
I'm
bracket last year?
capitalizing on that. I'm milking the shit out of that.
I
Are you
mean,
kidding me?
Spitballz is gonna blow up.
You get like
If one of us gets a perfect bracket, we're booming.
Like we know ball at that point. Like we know ball.
I think Frank might be the one.
Dude, I'm doing it this
There's
year.
no way Frank gets it.
Dude, every
Like,
pick-
I'm confident Frank's gonna have the worst bracket.
dude, I will send you my
That was a
bracket right
D1
now.
hit.
Every single
Yeah,
pick.
Frank always talks hard, and then he always does the worst.
No, because
When
knowing
was the last
things in
time that
knowing
fantasy
things in
football-
March,
4 out of 6
knowing
championships.
things in March doesn't mean shit.
Fantasy football. You talked hard about your draft, and you were like the worst team.
I went to the semifinal.
Maybe we shouldn't trust you.
Dude. What are you talking about?
How do I like join the
Well,
big
That's-
group?
no, the
yeah,
last
like,
one you got.
points
You got the punishment.
What?
How do you join like that
Because I know ball.
that group thing?
All right, bro. I just had my 4-hour lab at 8 a.m. I'm not thinking straight.
That's just hates that I know ball. Oh yeah, speaking of which, I did go 4 out of 6 on conference championships. I'm like,
No, you were literally the loser of the league like a year ago,
yeah, okay, it happens, dude.
in which you
Sometimes-
hyped up your team.
Sometimes your whole team gets injured. Whatever. All right, let's talk about free agency. Let's talk about the Jets. Is Aaron Rodgers a Jet yet? I don't even know. He's not. Is he gonna be Tess?
He
Alan
better
Lazard.
be.
Alan Lazard what?
Dude, in
Really?
my opinion,
Jets.
that's the stupidest move. Alan Lazard to the Jets.
Well, I
That's-
mean, when Garrett Wilson eventually regresses,
Like,
they're gonna need a receiver.
He
Is it Alan
he wasn't
Lazard
that
or
good on the
Garrett
He's
Wilson?
just
Packers.
gonna regress after 1 year.
Regress
well, he's
after
gonna
his
have
rookie
he's gonna
season.
have his sophomore slump.
Okay,
Says
stop.
with a better quarterback,
Mhm.
with an actual quarterback.
All right.
All right, now you're just saying things.
Aaron Rodgers, he is gonna be a
He-
Jet.
Alan
He's
Laz-
not yet, but is he gonna be a Jet?
Alan Lazard wasn't that good on the Packers this year. With Aaron Rodgers, what makes him going to be better on the Jets this year with Aaron Rodgers? That doesn't make sense to me. I don't know why. I'd like rather get Odell.
Why would you?
I don't think I want Odell anymore.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you that too. You don't want to?
I mean, if they sign him, I'll be happy because like I want him as a person, but as a player, I don't think he really fits on the
He's
team.
asking for a lot of money.
Yeah,
Just because he is.
I mean, like I won't complain if we get him or anything, but if I was like making a smart decision, I probably wouldn't sign him.
Patrick Peterson.
He's like
Old.
40 years old.
Old.
Who signed Patrick Peterson? I don't even know.
Steelers.
The Steelers.
Didn't he say? He said on a podcast. He's the only team. He's going to a team to get some jewelry. Like, why do you go to the Steelers?
Dude, the Steelers have some sick they have like a sick history in their franchise. You can get some nice Steelers down.
I don't know.
Pick
Just
8
like,
year
it's
too.
like-
I can put a ring on his finger, shop? No.
No, but he can get like a nice Steelers necklace. Like that has like value rather than like a
I
Jets
don't think
necklace.
that's the kind of jewelry that he wants.
No,
Like,
I
he
know,
wants
but
to
like
Here we
I know, but,
go. Sal saying
that's what he
things
can
hateful
get.
about the Jets because he hates them for no reason.
Oh yeah, and what Sal said in the group chat the other day about Aaron Rodgers, he could be a Jet. They still won't make the playoffs. Like that's so factual.
No, I mean, okay. If I had to put money on it,
the
I would.
drought has
If
to end
they
at some
got him,
point.
I would put him in the playoffs. But
It's
like,
been
talking, there's
13
no way they
years.
make it playoffs.
Dude,
It has to
like
end.
the AFC's
No,
With
who?
Aaron Rodgers,
Okay, even with Aaron Rodgers, they're not beating the Bills. I'm sorry, they're not winning the division.
are they better
then
than
there-
the Dolphins? I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
I don't think they're better than the Dolphins.
The
Are they
Bills
better?
the Bills might not be that good next year,
They're
still gonna
in
be
the
a good
best
team.
division.
Yeah, no, I
but
think
they're not gonna be like a juggernaut.
in the East.
Dude, the AFC is like stacked.
And
Dude,
you're still gonna
you
lose
can
to the
always-
Patriots twice. So it doesn't matter. Like
The Bills or Dolphins are winning the division. I don't know. Like the Jets are just not winning the division. I promise you that.
Bro, okay, you can. All right, listen. You can always say like, "Oh, Jets gonna Jet," like it's the Jets.
No.
But
Just like
at some
looking
point,
at the
you have to
roster,
say
they
like
don't have
you
the
have to
best
say
roster in
like
the
we
division.
actually might have a good team that's
No,
capable of
they had a
winning.
good team this year. Like I'm not. No one's saying they're not,
So
but they
you
still
can't be like
suck.
Jets gonna Jet.
they
No,
still
I'm
suck.
saying it because they had a good team and they still didn't make the playoffs.
We also had one of the worst quarterbacks, probably the worst quarterback in the league.
Here's what I was thinking: Jets, they're not beating the Bills. I'm sorry, in my mind, they're not. I'm gonna assume one of the wild card goes to the Bills or the
Dude, the Bills
Dolphins.
like not that good. I don't know what
It
you're
doesn't
know.
matter. Dude,
Dude, they're the
They
best
lost,
regular
like, their
season
best
team.
linebacker.
They've been the best regular season team for the past 5 years.
what has
outside of the
shown you
Chiefs.
anything other than that the Bills are gonna win the division? Like
Like they may
They
choke
could
in the
lose Gabe
playoffs.
Davis.
They may choke in the playoffs, but they win
Gabe
13
Davis
games
sucks.
every year.
Gabe Davis is not the reason that they're
He's
winning.
their wide receiver too, but he sucks.
He
Gabe
sucks.
Davis is replaceable.
He's probably one of the worst wide receiver
He is
teams
replaceable.
for a playoff team.
Right now, I think the Dolphins are definitely the team.
But either way, like I don't think both the Dolphins and Bills are going to miss the playoffs.
I agree.
I think one of them is
I
a
think
wild
either
card.
of them can.
And then looking at the AFC North, I think Cincinnati and Baltimore are both going to get a playoff spot. As long as they keep Lamar, I don't see them missing the playoffs. I mean, barring like injuries and shit.
I don't know. That
And
team
then
is
you go to the AFC
slow.
West. The Chiefs are obviously going to win or at least make the playoffs. And
No, yeah.
I'm assuming one of those teams is
The
going to
West
get a
is gonna
wild
have at
card.
least two. The West is gonna have at least two. The East is gonna have at least two.
That leaves one spot.
The South will probably have one.
Yeah,
So
the
the
South,
Jets,
I don't.
that means the Jets have to be better than the Ravens.
They have to be better than either the Ravens or the Broncos or the
They
Or the
could do
Steelers.
that.
or the Steelers.
They could do that.
or the Steelers. It's like there's like 5 teams that I think are going to fight for that 7th spot.
I don't.
Dude, are the
know.
Ravens going to be that good next year though?
Dude, if they get Lamar
No,
back, you don't.
but
I
Lamar
don't
is
see why not.
very good at football. They have a new offensive coordinator now.
What if Lamar holds out?
Hey, what if Deshaun Watson just goes off? Like we haven't seen a full year.
Yeah,
of
the
him.
Browns were
Yeah,
not
no,
bad at the end of the
AFC
season.
North is actually stacked.
The AFC is just that.
Yeah,
Football is
it's
unpredictable.
They have
We don't
3
know.
divisions that realistically could have 3 teams.
Remember we said the AFC West was going to be like crazy last year?
I think this is the year they're going to be crazy. Because I think the Chargers finally put it together last year. The Chiefs
and
are
the
good.
Raiders have a proven
Chiefs are gonna
winner
be the
at
Chiefs.
quarterback,
And then the Broncos having Sean Payton. I mean, I'm not going to
and
count
the
them
Raiders
out.
have a proven winner at
The
quarterback.
Raiders are just perpetual losers.
Yeah, but the Raiders have Jimmy Garoppolo now.
Yeah, proven winner.
Yeah, but one winner
I
doesn't
love
make
Jimmy.
for
I love that move so much.
21 other losers on the
Okay,
team.
you want to talk about that? Why do you love that move?
I
Sam?
love that move. I love
For a
Jimmy.
team that's
Dude,
like
He does his
this free
job.
agency sucks.
for a team
It's
that's obviously
it's
not gonna
a
compete
team
this
who
year.
it's a team who has a roster like they have a top running back in the league. They have a top wide receiver in the league. Hunter Renfrow is a pretty good wide receiver. Darren Waller's a good tight end.
That's what I'm saying. The offense is good, but the
Don't they have
And
a
now
15
they have a quarterback that's used to playing with weapons and knows how to not do too much. That's
Dude,
what I
they're
like.
the top 15 pick. They should have just took a quarterback.
I think Derek Carr tries to do too much sometimes with that team.
I
And
still honestly,
I think
still
Jimmy
think they'll
Garoppolo is going to have like that steady hand, that winner, that experience, and he's going to lead them to like a 9-7 season.
Is it a terrible
Or
thing?
10
to draft
and
a
7
quarterback
season.
and sit him behind Jimmy G. The problem with drafting quarterback and sitting behind Jimmy G is Jimmy G
I
just
don't
at one
mind
point
that.
loses that job.
I don't mind that. Yes, he does. He's going to get hurt at some
He
point.
didn't on the Niners.
He's going to get hurt at some point.
Okay, well,
What
that
did they
might be
sign him
true.
to 1 year, right?
Yeah,
They signed him to
probably.
1 year. So let him play this year. If he does good, you sign him for another year, and then you let him go.
Yeah. Dude,
I like that.
The way the draft is looking, I don't know what pick the Raiders have, but I don't know if there's going to be a quarterback that falls below like 6
Sure.
at this point. Speaking of the draft, Bears made the biggest move of the offseason so far. Traded the first overall pick for just like the biggest bag I've ever seen.
That's his spitball take.
Yeah, the
Steelers
Bears
with
are
2 first rounders.
like and DJ
And
Moore.
DJ Moore. DJ Moore is probably worth the first rounder himself.
At what point do the Bears stop being like fun, and do we say that they're
Who
actually
did they
good?
just sign? They just signed they signed
They just
Tremaine
signed
Edmonds,
Tremaine
right?
Edmonds.
Tremaine Edmonds.
Like how much more do they have to do?
I don't think they're
to
ready to compete
them-
next year.
Oh, but like they play in the second worst
No,
division
wait,
of all.
yeah. If Rodgers leaves, they just have the Vikings to compete, and the Lions to compete with.
Lions, but
That's
still,
like a scrappy division.
but
That's
neither
like
of those teams are really good.
no team in that division stands out on paper.
Yeah, and like the NFC as a whole is not that like there's as like
I mean, the Vikings are falling apart.
on the complete other hand of the AFC, there is wild card spots up for grabs in the NFC.
Oh yeah, for sure. You know, if the Jets played in the NFC, I mean, I could see them making the playoffs.
So I kind of, as we all know, I'm a big believer in Justin Fields.
They're not. I don't think.
I think Greg and Tess are too. I think Sal's just a Justin Fields hater for some reason.
I'm surprised you like Justin Fields.
But I think I don't know if they got a draft. I think they spend the 9th pick. Probably on a defensive back. That would be my guess. I don't think there's a wide receiver you want to take that early. Maybe an offensive lineman, either of which there's abundant in the draft this year. I don't know. They make a couple more moves in free agency to have a competent defense, and they might be good. Justin Fields takes a step up too. They might be good.
Is DJ Moore enough weapons though? Like,
I mean,
it's weapon.
That makes you not have to have
Ch-
Darnell Mooney as your wide receiver 1. Is Darnell Mooney a solid wide receiver 2? Maybe.
I mean, he was a wide receiver 2 with Allen
Chase
Robinson.
Claypool a solid wide receiver 3? Maybe.
They're solid, but there's no like. I see them being
it's not a wide,
they're
it's not a receiving
role
core
players.
that's like,
They're not weapons.
it's not a receiving core that's like electric, but like they will get open more than they did last year, just because there's DJ Moore to take the pressure off, and that just if Justin Fields has open receivers, and they got to address the blocking now, but like they could be decent.
I feel like it's too early to predict that division.
Yeah, I agree.
Honestly, I would need to wait till like week 5.
No, that's not. I can tell you
that's not true.
One thing for sure that the Eagles will not win the NFC East. Like I can
Well,
promise.
yeah, I can tell you that for a fact.
Yeah.
I can also tell you that the
Washington
Chiefs are
Commanders.
99.9% going to win the division.
Yeah.
And the Bills. And the Bengals.
The Niners.
All right, so let me hear your hot take. I gotta go.
All right, hot takes.
Robert Saleh will not be the coach of the Jets after next year.
That's valid.
It is going to be a miserable season for Robert Saleh. They're either going to get Aaron Rodgers,
I don't know about
massively underperform, and Rodgers going to be like, "Nah, I hate this guy. Get him out of here."
I don't think
they're not going to get Aaron
anything could
Rodgers.
be
They're
as
going to
miserable
massively
as last
underperform,
season.
and it's all going to get blamed on him.
And the GM.
Yeah, I think Joe Douglas has a good chance.
Saleh and Douglas could easily be fired after
the season.
I actually think he's not going to have a job past Black Monday.
Is that the worst case scenario for the Jets? Because
yes.
No,
because that means they don't
get them out of here. Get them out of here.
Look at
Draft
the
quarterback next year.
So I don't know if that is the worst case scenario.
I think it's be very interesting. You got to reset. You fucked up, Zach Wilson. You have a team that's ready to win. You got to reset and draft another quarterback next year.
I mean, dude, if Douglas didn't have the draft that he had last year, he would be gone. He's taken Mekhi Becton, who looked good in the beginning and has been one of the worst tackles taken in the first round. Dude, Zach Wilson, the worst quarterback from that first round.
Jets fans used to talk so much shit about Mekhi Becton being better than Andrew Thomas.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
like, it was crazy the amount of shit we talked about a left tackle.
He's had dude, I can't control his injuries. He's had 5 injuries in his NFL career in the 2 seasons he's played.
All right, I got a good one. So after last year, New York Giants had a really good season last year, but that's not going to happen this year. They're going 5-12.
It's very possible.
Yeah, no. Both New York teams played out of their minds last year. At least the Jets did for the first half, and the Giants did mostly the whole season. I think that
I agree.
I'm stuck with Saquon.
I gotta go.
I think the expectations for the Giants are going to be higher than they were last year, and I think we're going to end up with a similar record to last year, and it's going to be looked at as we underperformed. That's what I would say. I think we're going to have 9 or 10 wins again, maybe 8, but but the expectations are going to be like 12 wins from Giants fans.
Here's the way I view the NFC East this year. Giants and Commies going to flip playoff spots. Eagles and Cowboys going to flip playoff spots.
You see, here's what I see. Giants and Commies
The
run the
Cowboys
division
will
next year.
Giants
And the Giants and Commies are the top 2
I
teams.
think I'm actually calling them the Manders from now
I feel
on.
like when the Giants and the Commanders, they always seem to like be good at the same time. And the Eagles and Cowboys always seem to be bad at the same time.
I think the Manders are the biggest question mark in the division. Like
I think the division as a whole is a question mark.
if Sam Howell is a good quarterback, there's an argument to be made that they're the best team in the division.
You could tell me any of the combinations of standings, and I wouldn't question a single one. Like there's nothing to this division yet.
I kind of agree.
And that's the beauty of the NFC East.
All right, this is my turn. Dude,
Did Tess even give a hot take?
No, when was the last time Tess gave a hot take? He's always gone by the time we finish this. He's a busy boy.
Pledge boy.
All right, my hot take is that the most successful Big Ten team in March Madness is going to be Michigan State. They're in the worst region. They have the best guard play, the most experienced guard play, and the best coach. I think they match up well against Marquette. I think they could do some damage against Kansas State or Kentucky too. They could be a Final Four team. Whereas, I think the ceiling for every other Big Ten team is the Sweet 16.
I haven't losing the first round, so I'm going to disagree. The real USC is going to beat them.
It's not. See, the guy was a personal shot at me. He didn't have to, because
I'm sorry. I apologize.
we're actually gonna win the wins.
It was really a shot at your school, not at you.
If you averaged out the 2 basketball programs from both schools,
You're the best of the
we have the best overall. So
I'm pretty sure we're pretty similar since we were like a decent team in men's, and we also made the tournament in women's. So we're just like a decent team.
No. I don't think you understand. We are
yeah, but you're also like a really bad men's basketball team.
Yeah, we also beat Kentucky though this year. So
but I feel like JMU is definitely better than them in men's, and you're definitely better than us at women's. So I feel like it averages out we're the same level of basketball.
Best team in all of college sports. So
we won. We were the best team in the Sun Belt. It won.
All right, maybe that's gonna do it for this episode. Hopefully, it'll be out before Thursday so that the folks can know who to take in March Madness, because obviously we have the most expertise there is.
Don't listen to anything we said. Just pick your own bracket. It's March.
It's March. All right. See ya.